Okay, here's the situation. And I'll try to get my shadow out of the way. Let me get down here a little further. Okay. Alright. The opening is smaller than I thought. Here's my template, right? My template. It's got a bunch of markings on it, but I don't have to worry about that at the moment. I mean, I marked where the legs were and where the rivets were and where the wire was, etc. That's not important right now. What's important is I'm going to have to do some cutting of my OSB, the sheathing. I'm not going to cut into this, even though I probably could, but I don't think I'm going to be gaining anything by doing that. And I'm not going to, see, it presents a problem. See, if I cut into this, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I could flush mount this, my fan, but then I'd have to cut down into here too. See, here's my mark to flush mount it. And I don't want to go too far below here. Oops, sorry about the camera, I know. But I don't want to go too far below the opening of my vent, because that's just like coming up against the wall, right? I want it to be as much of the opening as I can get on the vent, obviously. So I got some thinking to do. I don't know if I want to cut in here or not. And I realize what's the rule of thumb? If it's not more than a third, that's not even an inch. So this is 3.5 inches. So that's 2.5 inches. So I could probably get away with that. And I'm going to be putting some more bracing. I'm going to make some 2x4s. Yeah, let me stick this. All right, let me stick this where it wants to go, possibly. All right, let me back up a little bit. I know my shadow's going to be in the way, but okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make I'm gonna cut 2x4s for my. Oh, wait a minute. If I do, see, I got to rethink this. Hold on. I'm thinking as I go. If let's call this a flush mount. It's going to be flush mounted to my OSB. If I back it up and have it mounted to my 2x4s, that's no longer a flush. I've got 1.5 inches, right? Because that's how far this 2x4 sticks out, 1.5 inches. And that might be a little bit better, because if I do, I'm going to need something to attach the legs on, right? And this is not going to give me a suitable footing for my legs. So maybe what I'll do is back up a little bit, right? Attach it flush to the 2x, not flush to the OSB, to the sheathing. Attach it flush to the 2x. Don't even worry about taking any of this out. Just take as much of this sheathing out as I can, where my mark is. And I don't think I'll even worry about this, because this is not going to get, this is more trouble than it's worth. And it's below the opening of my vent, the grill. So it's not going to give me all that much. So if I do a flush mount to the 2x4s, to the trusses, because this is the truss, right? The truss. And I make my 2x4 cut, and then I encapsulate everything, and I'm using that word encapsulate. That's a good word. I'm thinking about using the polystyrene that I bought for the garage insulation that I used for, what did I use that for? Oh, the wall, the bathroom wall. I'm thinking about using that to fill in all my gaps. That's not a bad idea. Okay, I think I'm getting my plan together, and I just want to take you along with me, because I'm up here and I'm like, what am I gonna do? And it's bigger than I thought. That's why you make a template, right? You make a template for this very, like, whoa. I'm thinking, okay, it's going to fit in there because the old one was fine, but this new one is, it's super duper, and I want to get out of this attic. It's starting to warm up here. All right, I think I got it figured out. I'm going to cut some 2x for my side braces. That's actually going to hold this fan in place. And I'm going to cut out nothing. I'm not going to cut out any of this, none of this, I'm going to cut out just my sheathing and figure out where I need to run my 2x for the support. That's actually going to hold the weight of this fan, right? And then I'm going to fill in the gaps with that insulation. I think that's a good plan. All right. I think that's a real good plan. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. All right. Let me get out of here a little bit. Okay, I'll leave you with this shot of my my template. All right, sit tight. I got to take a break. It's warm up here, and it's getting late. I just had some dinner. I had an early dinner, so I think I might be almost done for the day. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. All right, stay tuned. More to come.